Every update in Grand Theft Auto Online, Rockstar is adding faster and faster vehicles into the game. Any of you that were playing GTA 3 to 4 years ago know that the Ocelot Pariah was revered as one of the best, most overpowered cars in the game. It was faster than any supercar at the time, and now the Ocelot Pariah is not even talked about. We have vehicles like any of the HSW cars, honestly, in this garage, and they will blow the doors off of a Pariah. And specifically, the vehicle we'll be talking about today, the Bravado Banshee GTS, we're actually going to be putting up to a test. These three vehicles here are the fastest of the fast HSW. We have the Ubermacht Niobe, which goes 160. We have the Gradia Tally Stinger TT, which goes 100 and almost 70. And then we have the GTS, which can go 172.5 miles per hour, while actually also featuring pretty good handling. That makes this the fastest car in the game. In fact, it's so fast, it can achieve higher speeds than vehicles like the Sparrow and the Oppressor Mk II. Yes, the Sparrow, a helicopter. The Sparrow goes around 168, 170 miles per hour. So this can legitimately drive faster in a straight line than the Sparrow. But there's obviously downsides. It's a car. It can't fly across roads. It can't ignore traffic. So there's a lot of downsides. And I really have been wanting to make a video testing the speed difference between this and the Oppressor Mk II. I've just really been interested to see what can actually make it across the map faster. And I wonder what you guys think. Really, I wonder what your guess is. Make a bet. What do you think is going to be able to get across the map faster? So all I'm going to do is set a waypoint all the way on the other side of the map, as we can see. The big advantage the Oppressor is going to have is, first of all, this whole area here I have to drive careful because I have to get onto the highway. Once I get onto the highway, which is here, I should be fine, but I got a decent amount of driving before I get there. Not only that, but the Oppressor can fly just straight across the Alamo Sea, straight across all the mountains at a solid 130, where this actually has to slow down. So there's obviously a lot of downsides for the GTS's route, but I'm interested to see if that sheer increase of top speed is going to allow me, once I get onto the highway, to get faster than the Oppressor Mk II. Well, that's not going to help me. Oh, man. We're going to try that again. So what do you think is going to be faster? The Banshee GTS, which goes 172 miles per hour, or the Oppressor, which not only has a rocket boost to start off with, as we can see, but also the ability to fly in a straight line? To be entirely honest, I think the Oppressor would make it across the map faster. It goes 130, which is still very quick. And not only that, but it's a flat 130, right? We can see here with my Banshee GTS, I have to roll around corners, I have to weave in and out of traffic, I have to slow down. There's no way I'm going 130 right now in the Banshee because of all the corners and all the weaving and all the things I have to do. With the Oppressor, I just hold the accelerator, I hold, the handbrake, and I hold the accelerator, and I'm flying at a solid 130 miles per hour. So there's a massive advantage for the Oppressor Mk II, and yet with the Banshee, I'm already leaving the city at this point. The bridge we are crossing right now with the Banshee is right next to the casino, where the Oppressor, even though it's flying in a straight line, is definitely behind the Banshee in terms of escaping the city. Now, I'm not sure if that's just the way the city layout works, but I can tell you for a fact that we are way ahead of the Oppressor, at least on the city part. And the Banshee now gets to chill at around, I would say, 160 to 170 miles per hour. Obviously, it's not going to go at 170 on the slight uphill areas, but it might go a little bit faster downhill. But uh-oh, now the Oppressor looks like it's obviously at a big advantage too. We are just now passing the prison in my Banshee, where the Oppressor, we are... Well, I would honestly say the Oppressor's a similar level of distance. But the thing is that, again, the Oppressor can just skip all of the route that I have to take. I think I calculated it, and I have to go about 1.5 miles extra versus the Oppressor Mk II because of the way the road wraps around, or the Oppressor just cuts straight across. So as we can see here, right, I'm going around the Alamo Sea right now. This is very close to where my weed lockup is, where the Oppressor's just cutting through all of that. The Oppressor's now already at Raton Canyon. I am all the way on the wide. But you'll notice that this is surprisingly close. Like, the Oppressor's now getting over Mount Chiliad, and you'll notice off to my left that that's Mount Chiliad, and that's the tunnel to Mount Chiliad. So, this is close. This is really, really close. All the Oppressor has to do at this point is go down to the Los Santos Customs, right? But look at the Banshee GTS. We're making our way down this road as quick as I possibly can. Almost had a fender bender with that car there. But we're getting there. We're getting there. This is really, really close. The Oppressor is now just making its way down to the Los Santos Cup. Well, I guess it's not the Los Santos Cup. Is it? I don't know what you call it because it's not in Los Santos. But look at this. Look at how close it is. And the Oppressor makes touchdown and the Banshee makes touchdown. Wow. I mean, that's absolutely insane. Basically, they got the exact same time. The Oppressor Mark II and the Banshee GTS. Honestly, I did not expect the GTS to tie the Oppressor in terms of making it across the map there. And I think a lot of you probably would agree that you would not have expected the Banshee to get here as fast as the Oppressor. Especially because the Oppressor had the advantage, right? The Oppressor just had to fly in a straight line here. If I had said instead of the Banshee going to this destination, which we're at currently, instead for it to go to here, or even, you know, somewhere like Grapeseed, I think that the Banshee would have won. Because it's right off the road to this destination, and the Oppressor would have had to actually go a bit longer of a distance because of the way it would have had to travel across. It's just kind of wild to me that Rockstar has added vehicles which are now faster than some of the flying vehicles in GTA. I mean, most of the propellered planes only go like 150 to 160, so yeah, I mean, the GTS in a straight line can actually beat out, I would say, about 30% of the aircraft and flying vehicles in GTA Online. Now, after watching today's video, if you're telling yourself, gee, well, why would I buy an Oppressor Mark II when I can get a Bravado Banshee GTS? I'd still say the Oppressor is still probably better in most situations. The only real advantage I can say for the Bravado Banshee GTS, well, there's two advantages, right? It is cheaper. Getting your hands on an Oppressor, if you don't own a Garment Factory or a Terabyte, is literally going to cost you, even with the trade price, close to 10 million for all the other things you need to buy to get your hands on it, right? Where the GTS, all you need to do is buy the vehicle, bring it over to the LS Car Meet, and you've already got your hands on the house special upgrade. So, yeah, it's going to cost a lot. You're going to be looking at like 4.5 million to upgrade your, you know, Banshee GTS, but it's still quite a bit less than the Oppressor. But in general, if you have the money to spend on the Oppressor Mark II, I'd still highly recommend to get it. And, really, the Sparrow is still champion of them all. I always recommend for people to get the Sparrow. I made a video, I don't know how long ago on the channel, but I compared the Sparrow to the Oppressor Mark II in terms of top speed and acceleration, and the Sparrow just absolutely smashed it. I mean, over short distances, sure, the Oppressor can have the advantage, right? If I'm trying to go from, like, this location where I'm at to, like, my office building, it might be faster for the Oppressor due to the speed boost and the, you know, turning capabilities. It's more maneuverable. But especially over a longer distance, the Sparrow is just going to smoke both the GTS and the Oppressor. And the reason why is because the Sparrow goes at 172 miles per hour and also is able to you know, have the homing missiles, have flares, and it's cheap. It's incredibly cheap. The Sparrow's 1.7 million. Even buying the Kosaka, which is 2.2 million, is still going to be less than getting your hands on a Banshee GTS and getting the full HSW upgrade. So, do with that information as you will. Either way, I don't want to waste too much of your time. I thought this would be a fun video to try out, and if you want to see more content like this in the future, please consider smashing the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.